I believe it was about 2007, we opened up our first location in Post Falls. And we started out as a preschool, and as we grew, we've become an inclusive early childhood education center that also is a developmental disabilities agency. We serve kiddos between the ages of 2.5 and 5 years old in our childcare setting, and then for our developmental disabilities agency, we do therapy services for. We tend to work with young children, but developmental age tends to be different from physical age.
I think that they teach these kids how they learn. I think there's a difference between being put in an environment and being taught certain information and then being put in an environment and taught a way that you can understand what you're being taught. And they do that every day. They meet the kids where they're at and they go from there.
I started working here about a couple weeks ago, actually. I'm a student at the University of Idaho, studying medical science. When I come here, I get debriefed on how the children are doing, how their days are, if they had a nap, how snack time went, that kind of stuff. And so with that, every day is just kind of a new day to just see how the children's behaviors are and how they're interacting. And some days they're full of energy and it's just, the day's gone smooth for them and everything's just kind of clicking and it's awesome. And other days, the days that are a little more challenging, but also the ones where you see kind of that adversity a little bit, is when the kids are having that day when they didn't get the nap, maybe they didn't sleep a whole lot that night before, and it's a challenging day for them. And that's when it's a pleasure to just be here to be a part of their lives where I can facilitate a positive environment for them.
I'm still going to school. I'm child and youth development, majoring at the University of Idaho. I knew coming in that I wanted to work with children with disabilities, but now after I've worked here, I definitely want to work here, whether it be helping out the community and giving community support, because I know a bunch of, even our local schools have trouble getting teachers to work with kids with disabilities, even in school systems. So I want to be an advocate for kids with them because they need a voice too.
We opened up this location in Moscow in November of 2016. And the reason we opened up here was kind of twofold. So we opened up here both because we had families here who were in need and also because the community at large was really needed. Just an example of how to promote an environment that is beneficial for all children.
We adopted our daughter through the foster system here in Moscow. So we knew that there was something missing. We didn't know exactly what it was, but our daughter was struggling, talking, walking, all of these different kind of things. Emotionally, I'm having some issues. And so I actually started my journey going to Seattle Children's Center. And we spent an entire summer going back and forth. We'd go over for 2 days every other week. And I really started reaching out to people saying, do you know of any local services that can help us? And I was given Kathy's name up in Post Falls. There was a lot of days that we took it day by day because you don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. You don't know if a victory today was gonna still be a victory tomorrow. But there's been so many things that have even happened in the last 6 months that my outlook is more hopeful than it's ever been. And I think it's because we started early and we found services that worked. Actually, 2 years ago today, we started going to the Learning Garden. And 3 days a week, I would drive my daughter up to Post Falls from Moscow, go up to school, and then come back. And quite honestly, the last 2 years has changed the trajectory of her life. The amount of growth that she's had, we started kindergarten this year. Emotionally, mentally, physically, all the way across the board, it's like we have a different kid.